Student friends, in yesterday's lecture, we studied one of the configuration of the BZT, and that is common emitter configuration. We studied how it is used in common emitter configuration, why it is called so. We studied the circuit diagram that is used to plot the input and output IV characteristics. We have plotted the input and output IV characteristics. We have interpreted them. We studied few definitions regarding current gain, voltage gain. We have come with conclusion the formula respectively for current gain beta and voltage gain AV. We also concluded that when BZ is used in common emitter configuration, either it may be used in cutoff region or saturation region to work it with as a switch, but when it is used in active region, it is going to act as an amplifier. We also studied the various regions of the output IV characteristics, that is cutoff region, active region, and also the saturation region. Student friends, today we are going to discuss with another configuration of the BZT, and that is known as common base configuration. Common base configuration means out of three terminals of the BZT, namely emitter, base and collector, base is made common for input as well as output. Here that represents the transistor used here is of the again type of NPN. The terminal on which the arrow is there, it represents the emitter. So that's why this terminal is the emitter. This one is base, whereas this one is collector. And this is the base which is grounded. That seems to be common for input as well as output. That is the reason why we can call this configuration as a common base configuration. Another aspect is that input signal is applied between emitter and base, whereas output is taken across collector and that of base. In these both input and output, base is again common. So that is the reason why we can call the configuration as a common base configuration. Dear students, this is the circuit diagram that represents how BZT is used in common base configuration. Here, the battery VEE is used to forward bias emitter base junction, that is input junction, and battery VCC is used to reverse bias collector and base junction. With this type of biasing, it can be used as an amplifier. Another aspect of this is that input signal to be amplified is provided between emitter and base, that is represented here, whereas output is taken across the resistance, load resistance or collector resistance connected between collector and that of base. Student friends, as usual, due to biasing of BZT, so as to input junction is forward biased and output junction is reverse biased, by the battery VEE and VCC respectively. As the being input junction is forward biased by battery VEE, naturally at a particular voltage of the input, now not emitter will start emitting the charge carriers. Some of the emitted charge carriers will enter into the base region and recombine with the hole, constituting the base current. The remaining charge carriers will be collected by means of a collector so as to constitute the collector current that will pass through the load resistance RL or collector resistance RC to develop voltage across this. Along with the input junction is forward biased, some input signal is applied for the amplification. Due to this input signal, small change in emitter current produces the large change in collector current. This large change in collector current passes through the load resistance so as to develop the output voltage. Hence, we can say output voltage is more than that of input voltage and the circuitry is going to act as an amplifier. Friends, here RL or RC is going to act as a load resistance across which we are going to get the output voltage. This configuration, we can call it as it is a common base configuration. Student friends, here also we are going to define some terms which we have already defined for common emitter configuration in the same aspect, on the same way. First term is the DC current gain. As per definition, it is the ratio of output current upon input current. In common base configuration, output current is collector current, input current is emitter current. So that's why we can call DC current gain denoted by alpha, and that's equal to IC upon IE. In common base configuration. In common emitter configuration, it is beta is equal to IC upon IB. That is the difference. Please do remember these differences. Then we are going to define AC current gain. Alpha AC. It is a ratio of change in output current upon change in input current. Change in output current is delta IC. Change in input current is delta IE. So that's how we can write AC current gain alpha AC is equal to delta IC upon delta IE. This is true for common base configuration, whereas common emitter configuration, this formula becomes delta IC upon delta IB. Third term we are going to define here, and that is voltage gain. As usual, it is a ratio of output voltage upon input voltage, VO upon VI. VI is the input voltage applied for the amplification. VO is the output voltage which is developed across the load resistance. This configuration we can call it as BZT is to be used in common base configuration. Student friends, we are also going to plot the IV characteristics of BZT in common base configuration, and the circuit diagram used to plot the characteristics of BZT in common base configuration is represented here. The diagram is same as that of common emitter configuration, only with the difference that BZT is used in common base configuration. If you leave this aspect, then the diagram is same. As usual, for this configuration also, there are two IV characteristics. One is input IV characteristics, which is the graph of input current versus input voltage when output voltage is constant. In common base configuration, input current is IE, input voltage is VEB, output voltage is VC. Therefore, we can say it is the graph of IE versus VEB at constant VCE. whatever the graph we are going to get it, those are called as input IV characteristics of common base configuration. Another IV characteristics which we are required to be obtained, and those are called as output IV characteristics. By definition, one can say it is the graph of output current versus output voltage when input current is constant. In common base configuration, output current is IC, output voltage is VCB, input current is IE. Therefore, output characteristics here are defined as the graph of IC against VCB when IE is constant. Both the graphs we are going to plot by using this particular circuitry. What does the circuit consist of? The circuit diagram to plot the IV characteristics of BJT in common base configuration consists of a transistor. Obviously, here transistor used is of PNP. One can make use of NPN transistor also, because here arrow is invert. Arrow is invert. It is biased so that emitter base junction is forward biased by means of a battery VEE. How it is forward biased? Look at here. Positive terminal of the battery is connected to the emitter, and emitter is of P type. This is called as forward biasing. We are studying the forward and reverse biasing from the second topic, that is namely PN junction diode. Whereas output junction is reverse biased by the battery VCC. How we can consider that? Here collector is of P type and this collector is connected to negative terminal of the battery. That means to the P region, negative terminal of the battery is connected. So that's why output junction is reverse biased. Dear students, input rheostat and output rheostats are used to vary input and output voltage respectively. So this is what the rheostat or potentiometer we can say. RS is the current limiting resistance that is used to protect the damaging of BJT. Here base is common for input as well as output. So this is the input, this one has output section that is grounded. That makes the base of BJT common for input as well as the output. Hence it is used in common base configuration. To measure input current I and input voltage VEB, a current meter and is connected in series with emitter, and voltmeter is connected in parallel to the emitter and that of base. Similarly, to measure the output voltage VCB and output current IC, a voltmeter is connected in parallel to collector and base, whereas a current meter is connected in series of collector. By using this circuit diagram, one can plot both the IV characteristics. To plot the input IV characteristics, we have to keep the VCB constant by using this potentiometer or rheostat. Vary input voltage VEB by using the input potentiometer, say R1, and note down the emitter current IE. For various VCB, note down different set of IE and VEB and then plot the graph of IE versus VBE or VEB at constant VCE. The nature of the graph appears to be like this. These represents the input IV characteristics. We have a set of IB versus VBE for various constant voltages of VCE. By plotting IB versus VBE, for fixed value of VCE, we can get the nature like this. This is the nature for VC is equal to 2 volt. This is the second graph of IB versus VBE for VC is equal to 6 volt. This is the third graph of IB versus VBE for VC is equal to 10 volt. If you look from these values, as voltage increases, curve becomes shallow and shallow. In case of common emitter configuration, VC decreases and then curve becomes shallow and shallow. That is the difference. In common emitter, VC increases and curve becomes shallow. In common base, VC increases, then curve becomes shallow. Let me consider one of the characteristic curve. Say for VC is equal to 2 volt. That means this curve. From the nature of the curve, we can say at the beginning when VB is 0, IB is 0. This is because input junction is reverse biased, but applied input voltage is less than its cut-in voltage or less than its breakover voltage or less than its knee voltage. Up to knee voltage, through emitter and base junction no current flows. When applied voltage becomes VB becomes equal to knee voltage, then current suddenly starts increasing. Almost all VB remains constant or rise in VB is less. This is the peculiar characteristics we are obtaining, or this is the interpretation of IV characteristics, that is IB versus VB. Friends, consider any of the curve or draw a tangent, find its slope. Slope is going to give the ratio of delta IB I versus VBE. So slope is delta I versus ratio of delta I upon delta VEB. If we take the reciprocal of this slope, we can get delta VEB upon delta I, and that gives the input resistance of BZT in common base configuration. Student friends, ideally input resistance of BZT in common base configuration remains to be 50 ohm. Now let us shift to the output characteristics. To plot the output characteristics, we have to keep the VCB constant, VCB constant, not of the reading of, we have to keep the input current IE constant and then plot the graph of IC versus VCB. By using input potentiometer, keep IE constant. By using output potentiometer, vary VCB and note down IC. And then plot the graph of IC versus VCB. That is going to give you the output characteristics. So these are the graph of IC versus VCB when IC is constant. This is the graph for IC equal to 0 milliampere. This is the graph for IC equal to 1 milliampere. This is the graph of IC equal to 2 milliampere, and so on. So it is a graph of IC against VCB when IE is constant. Friends, here also working of BZT is divided into three regions. One is the region below IE equal to 0 milliampere, means this region below this curve. It is called as cutoff region. When transistor is made to work in the cutoff region, naturally both the junctions are reverse biased and it doesn't conduct the current. The region above IE equal to 0 milliampere means this region, and to the right side of IC axis means this entire region, but above IE equal to 0 milliampere. हे 0च्या वरचा सगळा भाग. This is called as active region. If the transistor is able to work in the active region, naturally its input junction is forward biased, whereas output junction is reverse biased, and thus it works as an amplifier when it is made to work in the active region. Then here is this particular region. It is called as a saturation region. Here both the junctions are forward biased and collector current seems to be maximum, so that BJT is going to be gets saturated. Saturated means maximum collector current flows, above which no current flow it is possible. This is how one can divide the working of BJT in the different regions. Student friends, please remember that when BJT is going to be used as a switch, either it is going to be working in cutoff region or it is going to work in the saturation region. But when BJT is going to work as an amplifier, it has to work, made to work in the active region. Another conclusion we can draw from this particular graph, and that is, as IE increases from 0, 1, 2, 3, IC also increases. Thus, increase in input current increases the output current. Therefore, we can say that input current controls the output current. Therefore, BJT is current controlled device. BJT is current controlled device. Another interpretation we have to draw. Let me consider any of the curve here. I am going to consider the curve for I is equal to say 2 milliampere. All have same natures. What we can say? Here as VCB increases, IC increases for any curve, and for particular value of VCB, IC remains constant. This conclusion we can draw from this nature of the graph. Same is true for every curve. For 6 milliampere also, increase in VCB increases IC. At a particular value, it remains constant, even though VCB is increased further. These are the conclusions which we are going to draw from the output IV characteristics. So friends, consider any of the curve. At its knee point, draw a tangent like this. Find the slope. Slope gives the ratio of delta IC upon delta VCB. Take the reciprocal, we will get the ratio of delta VCB upon delta IC. And this is nothing but the output resistance of BJT in common base configuration. Its value comes to be ideally 500 kilo ohm. Another parameter we have to calculate from this particular graph. Keep VCB constant, say 10 volt, or draw a line parallel to IC axis like this. Select any two curve. Note down IE1 and IE2 corresponds to IC1, IC2. And by using the formula of current gain, that is delta IC upon delta IE1, take the ratio, that is IC2 minus IC1 upon IE2 minus IE1. It is going to give you the current gain alpha for common base configuration. Friends, please do remember, value of alpha is always less than 1. Current gain of BJT in common base configuration, it is always less than 1. Please do remember these formulas also, because we are going to solve numerical examples on this particular topic. Student friends, that's all about the common base configuration, in which we studied meaning of common base configuration. Then we have defined the term current gain, voltage gain. We have studied the circuit diagram used to plot the input and output IV characteristics. We have plotted input and output IV characteristics. We have interpreted them. We have defined input and output resistance from the respective curves along with the current gain alpha, and we concluded that value of alpha is always less than 1. Student friends, that's all about the common base configuration.